Hey YouTube, it's me. This is in response to kind of like the whys and whens and how did my transition come about. It's an awesome question, and it's definitely multifaceted. Started out as a child where I was a tomboy. I did everything boys did. I played with the boys, and I definitely gave them a run for their money in sports and I played with the boys. I actually have a friend that I used to play a game called Bros with, and she might not have meant it, but I really did. We would call each other bro and walk or ride our bikes around, and it was pretty cool. Yeah, and then so I grew up without without bringing religion into this. I grew up Catholic, and I was taught to pray. So I prayed to be a boy, which I don't normally tell people, but I did. And and what is it, 18 years later, it's happening. So, yeah, so childhood, definitely. I was always a boy. I was just called the tomboy. Well, that's Kristen. She thinks that boys are good for nothing but sports, because, well, I liked girls. So, around the age 18, I came out as lesbian, or whatever. I dated a girl, and, actually, let's back up, because I just realized I forgot kind of a interim part. So, first of all, I've always hated dresses. Hated them. Used to cry, used to fight with my mom. Fight. I didn't want to wear them ever. Yeah. And then I started to develop breasts, which I never liked at all. In fact, I was a soccer goalie, and my coach used to kick the hardest, fastest balls, and I would just catch them. And my mom used to say, if you keep doing that, she's never going to develop. And in my mind, I was like, please. It didn't work, though. So, yeah. Anyway, coming out, 18. So, I figured that was it. That was what was so different and didn't fit, right? And so that I started working on that. I never identified as a lesbian. I had no idea what femme or butch meant. I still despise being called butch. Which is funny because Liana interpreted me as butch, and that's something that she liked about me. And I was like, I'm not butch. She was like, oh, okay. Yeah. So, why did it come about? Well, I think because it was supposed to. I don't know what it would have been like to grow up as a boy and become a man, and not as a woman and then become a man. I don't know if I was supposed to. I'm sure things are happening exactly as they should be, but I just can't help but wonder. So, probably, I don't know, a year ago, I took a class about complexities of gender. And it was amazing. It was about, why do we think that this is boy and this is girl? And, we kind of set people up to be like this on a gender spectrum, or however the thing is. And it's really like a continuum. It's like you fall somewhere along here, and you go out here, and you come back, and it's Liana built stuff. She looks like a girl. She looks like a straight girl, but she builds stuff and enjoys it. So, I don't know. Yeah. So anyway, I took this class, and it was amazing. It was honestly, literally life-changing, obviously. And I would have these kind of little meltdowns with Liana, and she was brilliant, and she kind of brought it to my attention that was actually kind of what was going on, because I tend to not necessarily be too aware of what my emotions actually are or mean. I interpret them in different ways, and yeah, just get them kind of convoluted. So she was like, well, it seems to me that you kind of want to go back to what you always wanted. And I was like, no, I couldn't do that. I don't want to come out again. I don't want to do all that. No. And then I just kept researching it, and I was like, oh my god, it's so possible. Why would I, and I'm getting goosebumps right now, like, why would I deny myself that? Because it's harder. It's like, when did I ever do what wasn't harder, you know? But that's what I wanted, and that's what works. And so yeah, I started doing research. I found a doctor. I got referred to a gender therapist, which it was amazing. Like, I kind of tripped her out, maybe, because I wasn't, I mean, like many trans people, they start transitioning before testosterone. So I did, in the sense that I have short hair, I wear boys' clothes, I get called sir in the girls' bathroom, I'm in the wrong bathroom, and I'm like, okay. That was before. Now I just awkward in bathrooms, but anyway, that's a different one. Yeah. Yeah, so gender therapist. Then I got testosterone. So May 11th, I started testosterone. And there's been ups and downs, like especially around like hormones. They're crazy. They make women nuts and men nuts. And when you combine estrogen and testosterone, it's not bad. It's just kind of hard on a person to go through puberty as a 29-year-old, which I am. So, yeah. That is why I am transitioning, and it is, like, I understand why it's called transition now, because there's nothing, it's not, I'm a boy, I'm a girl. It's like, well, you have the genetic makeup of a female. You don't act like a female or do what we would consider female. I take testosterone. That might not have made too much sense, but it did in my head. And so now I'm combining my genetic hormonal makeup with probably a little bit more testosterone than some females, but still plenty of estrogen, and enough to have periods and everything. So my first period on testosterone was special. Like, I'm waiting to find out if I'm gonna have another one. Like, I can't tell. Like, am I PMSing right now? Is my body fighting having a period? So anyway, that's another story anyway. But, transition. That is kind of how I arrived here. I don't know if that all made sense, because, I mean, there's so many things that led me to it, and I don't know if I incorporated all of them, or even enough to make sense out of. So, yeah, let me know if you have any questions, comments, if your story was like that, if it wasn't. I mean, everyone's got a story, and they're all like super unique and beautiful and wonderful. So anyway, I hope you guys have a really great day, and talk to you soon.